Set the thread tensions for normal serging and the differential feed dial to 1. Place 2 pieces of fabric right sides together underneath the arm of the attachment and sew slowly for 2 or 3 stitches. Stop and move the arm towards you. Turn the balance wheel until the needle pierces the fabric, then raise the presser foot. Set the differential feed dial to between 1.5 and 2.25. Insert the arm between the 2 pieces of fabric. Lower the presser foot and continue sewing. The bottom fabric will be gathered and attached to the top fabric, which remains flat. Remove the presser foot and attach the piping foot. Set the machine for standard 4-thread serging or 3-thread serging using only the left needle. Lay the piping cord onto the wrong side of your bias strip and fold over. Lift the presser foot lever and raise the needles to their high point. Place the piping strip to the edge of the fabric, right side uppermost. Slide the cord under the foot until the fabric touches the upper knife. Lower the presser foot, making sure that the piping cord sits under the groove on the left-hand side of the piping foot. Now you can sew, guiding the cord underneath the groove. This can also be used when inserting the piping between 2 layers of fabric, right sides together. To use the elastic gathering attachment, open the side cover. Loosen the set screw and slide the attaching plate onto the screw. Push the snap to the left and raise the holding plate. This enables you to match the line on the supporting plate to the right-hand line on the needle plate. Tighten the set screw and close the side cover. Place your elastic under the holding plate, matching the right-hand edge with the line on the supporting plate. Pull about 5 centimeters or 2 inches of elastic under the presser foot. Lower the holding plate and secure the end with the snap. Move the slide plate across, up to the left-hand edge of the elastic. Turning the thumb screw clockwise will increase the amount of gather produced. Turning counterclockwise will reduce the amount of gather. Set the thread tensions for standard 4-thread serging and set the stitch length dial between 4 and 5. Place the fabric underneath the elastic and the foot and sew. Secure the tape reel on the rear faceplate. Insert your tape into the slot on the left-hand side of the tape holder from the inside outwards. Holding onto the end of the tape, turn the handle and wind the tape onto the taping reel. Remove the presser foot and attach the taping foot, leaving it in its raised position. Insert the tape into the guiding hole on the reel arm. Then insert it into the groove on the taping foot, pulling the tape to the back under the foot. Set your machine for standard 4-thread serging and place your fabric under the foot. Remove any slack in the tape by turning the handle of the taping reel gently away from you. Start to sew slowly. This is useful for taping shoulder seams in knitted fabrics to prevent stretching. Cording foot A is extremely useful when inserting nylon fishing line for bridal and evening wear. Set the machine as for rolled hem sewing and use woolly nylon thread in the upper looper. Set the stitch length at R and the differential feed at 0.5. Insert fishing line into the guide on the cording foot. Then attach the foot to the machine, pulling a length of line behind the foot. The fishing line used should be of approximately 20 pounds or 9 kilograms breaking strain. Place the fabric or tulle under the foot and sew. The fishing line will automatically feed into the rolled hem as you stitch. When you come to the end of the fabric, leave a long length of fishing line attached. You can now stretch your fabric, taking in more line and giving you a greater lettuce leaf edge. When using cording foot B, a padded rolled hem can be achieved, which looks great on table linens. Remove the presser foot and attach the cording foot. Set the chaining finger to R as for rolled hemming. Set the lower knife to its furthest right position by turning the cutting width regulator dial clockwise. Remove the right-hand needle and set the tensions as for rolled hem. These may need to be adjusted depending on the fabric and thread being used. Set the stitch length dial at R. Raise the foot and insert the cord into the cord guide and groove, pulling the cord to the back of the foot. Place the fabric on top of the cord just in front of the upper knife. Make sure that the cord is under the indicating line on the foot and start sewing slowly. Using woolen nylon thread through the upper looper will give a heavier finish on the edge. An alternative technique achieved using this foot is to create a decorative corded edge. Set the machine as for rolled hem sewing using the right needle. Raise the foot and insert the cord into the cord guide and groove, pulling the cord to the back of the foot. Place the fabric underneath the cord and lower the foot. Make sure that the cord is under the indicating line on the foot and start sewing slowly. Remove the presser foot and the right-hand needle and attach the beading foot. Open the side and looper covers. Deactivate the upper knife and set the chaining finger at the R position. Loosen the set screw and slide the beading attachment onto the screw from right to left. Tighten the set screw. Close the side and looper covers. Now raise the beading foot and place the strung beads in the channel on the beading attachment and pull to the back of the foot. Lower the foot and sew 2 to 3 stitches to secure. To attach beads to a finished edge, raise the presser foot and place the edge of the fabric so that the needle will drop 1 to 1.5 millimeters from the edge. Set the left needle tension at 1, upper looper tension at 3, and the lower looper tension at 7. Your tension settings will vary depending upon the type of fabric being sewn and also the thread being used. Now set the stitch length to between 3 and 4. This setting will vary dependent upon the size of beads you're using. Sew along the edge to give you a beautiful finish. To sew a blind hem, first remove the left-hand needle and attach the blind hem foot. Set the machine for standard 3-thread serging. Set the stitch length dial at 4 to 5 depending upon the fabric being sewn. Fold the hem up and back with the raw edge of the seam extending 1 centimeter or 3/8 of an inch beyond the fold and press. Place the fabric under the foot with the cloth guide up against the fold of the fabric. Turn the adjusting screw to reposition the guide so that the needle will just pierce the fold of the fabric. As you sew, keep the folded edge up to the cloth guide. When you've finished your hem, fold back the fabric and press. The stitching should barely show through on the right side. The Mylock uses a standard ballpoint sewing machine needle size 11 or 14, depending on the fabric being sewn. Since the needle greatly affects stitch quality, we recommend that you change the needle at the end of each project. To change the sewing needle, use the screwdriver supplied to loosen the needle clamp screw and pull the needle down and out. Insert the new needle, flat side to the back, and push it up to its highest position. Then tighten the needle clamp screw. The left-hand needle sits higher than the right-hand needle. It's very important to maintain sharp knife blades. When you use basting pins, be sure they're removed from the fabric before they come in contact with blades. Regular maintenance will ensure that your Mylock runs trouble-free. Clean around the knife and looper with a lint brush after every project. A great amount of lint collects in this area because of the cutting action of the machine. Oil your machine regularly to keep it running smoothly. Oiling points are illustrated in your owner's manual. And for those who want that personal touch, why not reserve a place on the overlocking course at the Janome School of Excellence in Stockport? You will get that extra tuition to ensure you really get the most from your new Mylock 634D. Contact the Janome Centre on 0161 406 8010 for full details. Happy sewing with your Mylock.